Richard and Angel, thank you for sitting down and talking to me. I was really excited to see that you guys were here and that you've actually put together a field guide for Michael's book, Leaving ADDIE for SAM. So what made you guys decide to do a field guide, and how did that come to be?
Well, part of the story of Michael being asked to write Leaving ADDIE for SAM was that ASTD and on behalf of ASTD Press came and said, we would like you to write, you've been writing all these books for so long, your guide to e-learning is like the quintessential book out there, and there's so many other books you've written. We'd like you to write one for us that we can have for our community and for our members. And he did that, and he put that book together. Luckily, I got a chance to work with him on it and structure a little more about SAM and that process that we work on. And so when we finished it and we put it out there and it was great, it was a bestseller and there was so many wonderful things that came out of it, I realized that what Angel and I do day in and day out is apply certain practices. And so where the book really is why and some kind of the bigger foundational things about SAM and some of the benefits, we wanted to write a field guide about really putting the rubber on the road and making it happen.
Yeah, there was quite a buzz. I mean, we're pretty attached to our ADDIE model, right? And I think it's it's taken us where we needed to be to a point. I think projects changed, the way organizations are different now than they were when kind of ADDIE came out as a project management strategy, and now we got all these new agile software development kind of processes that are kind of tried and true, and they're all technical. They work for this kind of stuff, but I don't think a lot of people really understood how you take that theory and how you take all that and apply it to learning and development. So hopefully, that's kind of what this is? Is that what you guys are doing?
I think a lot of times we have ADDIE and we say that we're doing ADDIE, but we're doing a modified version of ADDIE, and maybe it's DADDIE or DDAAADD, whatever it might have been. And so we said, let's just call a spade and say we're not really doing that ADDIE that it was originally intended to do. We're doing something that reflects modern day organizations. We want things done quicker, we want things done more efficiently, with less budget than we've ever had before. And so SAM helps to do that, but we would still get the but how kind of question, do you do this for learning? And that's really where the field guide comes in with the kind of templates and tools, and hey, if you're thinking about doing something like this, here's a little suggestion from what we found in our studios that have worked as well.
So I'd like to say that, well, two things. The Leaving ADDIE part in the title of the book really doesn't mean that we're going to abandon the instructional system design models that are out there, because they really are foundational to what we do. They need to be updated, and I like to say that that's the math and we're the calculator. And that's the relationship. But the Leaving ADDIE in the title really refers to, let's quit calling everything we do ADDIE. Because we can't debate and understand and realize the successes and challenges things that we do as a field or as a profession. How do we move along if everyone changes and does everything they do to meet their needs, and maybe in a wonderful way, but call it ADDIE, and then we have to go back to what typically is described as ADDIE, kind of a waterfall systems approach. It makes it very difficult for us to have a conversation and the benefits and to move the profession along.
That's absolutely true, and I think that for some reason we're afraid to say that we're not following it, We're kind of holding on to it, and like you said, we're not. In most cases we're not, and it's because the principles work, and we need to tweak them to fit into our organization and all the differences that each project has. So what do you think that's different about this approach that allows us to do that?
I think SAM gives us the opportunity to acknowledge political realities that we design instruction in. We don't build instruction in a vacuum. We really have to bring people in and collaborate to get the best product. And the other thing that SAM does is it allows us to challenge all of the decisions in the process early and often. With many times people get these large documents, they'll do an analysis document, and then someone reviews it and approves it, not critically, but just you wrote everything, check done. So we're not challenging it as a good analysis. We're not challenging the storyboard as a good design. We don't have any way of doing it until we build and put it out there. Well, by that time, it's too late. We can't go back. It's too expensive.
And he's the process and the business guy, and I really find the benefit to be on the learner, the end user, and to have that involvement with them in the end product. It used to be that I would do my analysis and I would get a focus group together and I would be doing my due diligence so I could put my check in the box and say, I've done an observation of what they do, I've talked to them, I know what they need, now I'm going to go off and I'm going to go build this thing that's for them. with SAM, they're involved with us the entire time. They're analyzing, they're helping us create, they're evaluating as we go through each of the different iterations. They're there with us. This becomes their product, and it's really a focus on getting the right people to do the right thing at the right time, as Dr. Allen says.
Yeah, it's how it should be, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've been on a project and get right almost to the end, right to release, and finally a new stakeholder comes in, or we've engaged the right person we should have engaged at the beginning, and we sometimes don't know what to do because we're not following an iterative process, and it breaks everything, and we're panicking.
Well, the really hard part about transitioning from what has happened to what we think should happen, and really a learner-oriented, performance-changing instructional experience, is that we've focused on content and the information that SMEs give us.
Yep.
And so we're getting into a situation where we're sequencing content or describing situations. We're not actually looking at what needs to happen and what is poor performance and what is good performance. SAM allows us to look at that performance right off the bat. And that's all that we're going to focus on. Content, sequencing of content, scoping it out is irrelevant until we identify the performance. And so it kind of, they talk about these flipped classrooms where
Yeah.
they do all the learning at home and they come and do the discussion and the homework at school. SAM is kind of a flipped ADDIE if you want to think about it. And it's not that we're ever going to not do analysis, design, development, implement, and evaluate, but we're going to do it in a way that allows us to focus on what's important, and that's performance, not content.
Yeah. Absolutely. So don't you think, I mean, it seems like this is really the time for it too.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems like we're kind of looking for those kind of changes to help us kind of match the speed of business today and the way that I guess these new opportunities, new technologies that we have. So is this the first conference that you've kind of had the book out at? When did the book come out? What?
Friday.
Friday. Wow.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
It still smells like a new book.
It doesn't actually come out until May 27th.
Wow.
It doesn't come out until May 27th. They did a special run to have it available here at ICE.
Yeah.
Oh, what a fantastic
Yeah,
thing.
and we had the Leaving ADDIE For SAM mega workshop Friday and Saturday, and that was the first time we got to teach the workshop with the field
Nice.
guide.
How'd that go?
It went great.
Nice.
It really is a wonderful companion to the book. It's a
Yeah.
wonderful companion to the class and to people who want to know how to put the rubber on the road and make it happen.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm very excited because I really believe in the theories. I've read some of his. I've read his book, and I've taken some classes on this, and I was thinking that what we need is someone to really show us how to make it work, how to apply it. So fantastic that you guys have put this together for us. So excited to see and hopefully hear back on how it's working for everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.